Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy, P Farm. Thinking right out here in my lab in the wee hours of the morning, and I'm in the book. I got a nice little lesson for you right now. We're going to learn how to master the steps. We're going to take the steps to master yoga of wisdom, aka right thinking philosophy. These are the things that you need to do to know you. Let's go. It's a good lesson. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I'll ask the question. Do you know you? You will when I get through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you, appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and too. I be true. Right thinkers, let's talk about these are the steps that you need to master yoga of wisdom. Let's start with number one. Number one, it is to be understood that as a spiritual aspirant or right thinker, it implies that you're seeking the union with or becoming one with the thing being sought because this is the only way to truly know something. That thing, okay, you can have opinions about what it is to be like a whale, but you would never exactly know until what you become one with it. God unfolds, that was an analogy, God unfolding all that exists is the one being worthy of veneration and identification. This knowing of the netter, aka God, is the goal for all spiritual right thinkers who practice the philosophy. This is the supreme goal which must be kept in mind by you, the spiritual aspirant or right thinker. You have to do you. It's all about the mindset, and you have to be willing to study, learn, and implement what you're learning. So, number two, in order to truly discover the hidden true nature of God, you have to, the emphasis is placed on what? Daily study. Well, no. It ain't how much, it's what you're studying, what your person, your goal is for studying what you study. I'm studying Egyptian philosophy, the Egyptian mystery system, Egyptian mystery system. But you have to daily study and always you're inquiring into the nature of things, constantly learning. You're a student, you want to learn. And the first thing you want to know and master is what? Who am I? As a student, the whole goal is to know thyself. So your question, who am I, is to know thyself. You should have the answer, and this is how you gain the answer for yourself. Watch this. What is the universe composed of? Who is God? How am I related to God? And those are all questions that you need to answer or get the answer to for yourself. Don't let somebody tell no, you do your own work or you can find out for yourself. The same way somebody gonna tell you how they got no, you can get it for yourself. That's what my point is. Self-made means you going to get it yourself. Okay. These are the questions, and they are good questions, which when pursued for yourself to answer, leads to the discovery of what? The self, aka God. That's the purpose, that's the goal. And those who do not engage in this form of inquiry, like those some people comfortable being ignorant. That drives me crazy. But those who don't inquire will generate what? A reality for themselves. They will make something up. And it's according to what? You ready? Their beliefs. If you living in a belief world that you've created for yourself, you ain't living right. Some people believe, again, they have the answers. And you got some people be totally opposite. There ain't no answer. Nobody knows the answer. Nobody knows the truth. So, two different concepts. But those who believe they have the answer, watch this, that the universe is atoms, electrons, or energy, we get the concept. Energy, frequency, and vibration. That's what they were trying to get to. But others believe, again, that the body is the soul and that there is nothing else. He believed that. Ignorant, okay? Still, you got others who believe that the mind is the soul or that there is no soul and no God. Atheists. They don't believe in God. Okay, that's it, right? But they don't have a clue. What? How you gonna... Moving on, I ain't got time for that. But the first qualification for a serious right thinker is that you yourself have a serious conviction for that you are greater than just a finite individual mortal body. We're gods in the flesh. Spiritual beings having a human experience. But without knowledge of that, we don't know ourselves. Again, that you are immortal being who is somehow mixed up in what we call a temporary form, aka the body or human experience. Some people tell me we signed the contract and all this, that, and the third. You man, stop. I can't tell me to do. I don't subscribe to that theory. How about that? But if this conviction is present, then now you are stepping on that road to what? Enlightenment. Broad is the road to destruction and ignorance. Arduous and lonely is that road to enlightenment. So you make that decision, get ready to be what? Alone. That's all. The teachings, God ain't a group thing. It's solo, personal. The teachings that you will have to use for yourself. Those who hold other beliefs are what? Beings led by what? Ignorance and lack of spiritual knowledge as a result of their own what? Beliefs. I'm just bringing it to you. Thus, their beliefs will now create their reality for them, but it's based on what? Their beliefs, not reality. They will what? Need to travel the world of nature, will guide them in time toward the path of what we call spiritual enlightenment. It's a path that has to be chosen by you. Everybody ain't gonna walk that walk. Even the Christians, y'all claim ain't but 144,000 going into heaven. So, spiritual enlightenment, you're going to have time alone. You're going to be outcast, so to speak. But you got to do what you trying to get done. What? Know you. Your goal is to get information, knowledge of self, and put it to use so you can find out experience for yourself. Number three, the plan that's prescribed by the teachers of yoga is on only true means to affect. This is the only true means to expect your spiritual development. Why? Because it reveals the esoteric inner meanings of the teachings. And if experience it for yourself, you will understand and you will have what they call self-knowledge. But it's all based on your own personal experiences for yourself, not conjunction. Otherwise, worship and religious practices remain at the level of ritualism only, and it do not lead to enlightenment. That's the reason why I don't deal with religion. Why? Y'all got two levels that y'all deal with. The myth and the ritual. Y'all don't practice it. Y'all don't live it. So you don't have the experience. You don't have the mystical experience for yourself. So all you're doing is jibber jabber on up at the mouth. That's hypocrisy. You say and do different things. One thing you say, other thing you do. That don't match up. No balance. Okay? Number 5. The name Isis is a Greek name. And again, I'm going to let that go. Isis represents wisdom. Okay, but it also represents intuitive knowledge for us. We know what it means. Y'all ain't got to change the name to get us to understand the meaning of what we told you. Excuse me. It means wisdom itself, which bestows the personal self-knowledge of true self to the initiate, which is you. You want to find the truth for yourself. And in the Asarian mystery, when Set killed Asar, when your brother killed you by tearing him into pieces, he was symbolically showing you how tearing up the soul, ripping it apart, so it can't become one and be reincarnated, okay, to go into the next life. However, Aset, she's the ability to restore all the pieces of the soul of Asar, except what? The penis. Therefore, pride and insolence, that's Set egos. That showing you it will destroy the soul, and the knowledge of the self, Aset, restores it to its what? True nature. She brought him back. The Greek name for Aset is supported by the ancient Egyptian scripture. One of the names of Aset is Riket, that meaning knowledge personified. We called it intuitive knowledge. Okay, so you call it knowledge personified. That makes a difference. It's intuitive knowledge. Means it's inside you. We giving you the hint. It's in you. And Aset Solstice. Riket is also the name of the god that's in the Duat, or what they call the Netherworld, who possesses the knowledge which can lead your soul to the abode of the divine, thus avoiding the fiends in the afterworld in the Duat and demonic personalities that you display in the Duat, which lead your soul to experience, you ready? Hellish conditions after death. We have full understanding of what we're trying to teach. The variation, recap, means sage or learned person. Color me Aset. Okay, I'm a teacher. I'm a philosopher. I'm giving you information. I got one more to go. Let me take you over to my three favorites. The last three is my best. But true spirituality, a real aspirant cannot be a true spirituality by the aspirant cannot be pursued rashly, or in a fanatical way by going to the extremes. Okay, I'm not putting on no dashikis. I'm not wearing no African garb. Why? I didn't go there for that. I wear sweatsuits. Come on, man. I went for the knowledge. That's why. So that's the extreme. To just I'm an Egyptian. I've been thinking like Egyptian for the last 30 years. Okay, moving on. And they got a damn bit of nothing, no kente cloth, no none of that. I got that knowledge. Yoga, right thing philosophy, spirituality is a science of balance. Mayat represents balance, okay? And it has been developed over a period of thousands of years, first of all, with well-established principles, which Mayat is, which when followed and mastered, will produce what we call the desired effect. What? Transformation. And lead into what? You initiate from what? You ready? From darkness, aka ignorance, to light, aka knowledge of self. Ignorance to knowledge. An unenlightened state of mind to an enlightened state of mind. That's my goal for teaching when I teach, for you to go from ignorance to knowledge of self. Now, the best way to do this and the way to master it is the steps of yoga and wisdom. There are three of them that you need to master. According to the teachings of She taught Aset, the learning of the hidden goddess, and the Nana yoga in the Veda process, or even the yoga of wisdom in India, they all practice this. The process in which the yoga of wisdom is to be mastered and practice what? Consistently. It consists of 3 steps. Just 3, yep. You ready? Number 1, listening to the wisdom teachings. When the professor, the teacher, the lecturer is speaking, you should be listening. Having achieved the qualifications of a right thinker or aspirant, there is a desire from you to listen to the teachings from the spiritual preceptor, aka the sage. There is an increasing intellectual understanding of the scripture and the meaning of truth versus untruth, real versus unreal, temporal versus eternal. I'm trying to enlighten you by giving you information that you can hear, listen, interpret, reflect. Reflect. That's number two. After you listen to the lessons, the teachings, now you got to reflect on them. Give it some thought, so to speak. Put some time into it. Reflect on what? On those teachings, when daily, and living by them accordingly into what? To the disciplines. And you will enjoin by what? You will be enjoined by the teachers until what? You experience the wisdom and the full understanding through reflecting. It implies you are discovering the oneness behind the multiplicity of the world by engaging in intense self-inquiry into the nature of one's true self. The way to know thyself is to study thyself. Go deep into thyself. Why? That's where the truth lies, inside you. The number three, and this is the best part for me, why I know this one personally: meditation daily. If you want to talk to God, don't pray. No. If you want to hear God, don't pray. Why? Because you're doing the talking. When you're meditating, He's talking to you. Well, again, try it. What you haven't done yet, you can't have no opinion or idea about. So just understand that if it's something you learning new, before you have an opinion about it, try it. That's what you gotta do. You gotta make a judgment or opinion about it until you what? Try it. Number three, meditation daily. Daily meditation is the way to live. Why? I talk to God every day. I remember 10 years ago, you told somebody you talked to God, they thought you was crazy. 20 years ago, they locked me up for that. So I've been talking to God a long time from different perspectives. So because it's a different perspective, it's still the same thing. I tell you about religion. All y'all got different denominations, hundreds of denominations. Y'all talk the same crap. Moving on. But y'all make it personal, so the ego's involved with that. So it don't really work. Moving on. Meditation daily. That process of reflecting, that will lead you to the state in which your mind is now what? Continuously introspective. You're God conscious. You're not worldly conscious. You're God conscious. Christians call it Christ conscious. Okay? But you're conscious of what? You. That's conscious. To know something is to be conscious of it. But you have to what? Gain, study, and learn it to be conscious. And you do that by meditating. But this means expanding one's consciousness by culminating in what? Revelations of the identification with what? The absolute self. Who could that be? The first chief being, aka supreme being, or in the Berkshire, we call it God. If you want to get to God, and you can, these are things that you can do for yourself to get there. That's how I got there. I told my pastor, I didn't use the Bible. I got no disrespect, none of them books. I didn't use them to get to God. I know there's other ways to get to God. That's my point. How about that? And in closing, right there, I want to make that point clear. I got a perspective that I'm practicing from our ancient ancestors. I didn't make it up. Okay, laid out for us. All you got to do is follow it. Listen to the teachers. Okay, reflect on the teachings. Meditate on the same teachings, and that's how you master what you're learning. And thyself should be the purpose for what you're learning, to what? Know thyself. That's the goal. That's my mission. That's the lesson. I'll be right back. They ain't but 1 page, so I got that done quick. Right things. I appreciate you tuning in. And in closing, may you all live to be 100, me 100 miles a day. So I never know the right thing. Who now know the steps to mastering yoga of wisdom have passed away. Get your learn on. Get your learn on. I'll be right back. Subscribe and like. I appreciate you.